What's up, JD Motorsports family? I'm here with Ross Chastain, JD Motorsports Alumni. How are you doing, Ross?
I'm good, man. I'm at a racetrack.
Yeah, for sure. So, Ross used to run for Johnny Davis. What years was it?
My first race was Daytona in 2015, and last one would have been Dover in 2018.
So that's a really long time, obviously. What was your overall experience with Johnny?
It was long. I mean, look, it was a lot of long days, a lot of uncertainty. I went there with a few races sold on the 4 car for 2015, and I hope we could run some more. And we got to the end of the West Coast swing, and we were ahead of Landon in the 01, who was the house car in points. And Johnny said, well, we're not going to stop now. So with that, we continued to run, and it was not always the best situation. We had old motors, we had scuffed tires, but he took me to every race, really 15, 16, and 17, you know, with minimal sponsorship. But definitely in 2015 was probably the lowest year. And, you know, we got to Richmond in the fall, and we had scuffed tires we put on and run top 10. It took us back into the high teens, and that was the catalyst to then run stickers a lot more. So if we had any kind of a competitive car, after that fall Richmond race in 2015, he'd put tires on it for me. So a lot of long days, though, for sure.
For sure. So I'm sure in those 4 years, you probably have some good stories, right?
Yeah, too many for today. But look, my first fire suit for Johnny was Landon Castle's suit. It was Landon's, and they would reupholster the name, re-sew the name on the belt. It had belt loops, and no fire suits have belt loops, but G-Force did, and you know, we just did what we had to do. So we didn't, you know, I wore people's old shoes and their cars. You know, one of the funniest things though is just like walking up to Daytona with Landon Castle's suit on.
That is funny. But I guess everyone wants to know, like, you're like really successful Cup driver now. Like, how do you think Johnny helped you in that process to get where you are now?
Yeah, look, before I went to Johnny's, I had some really good opportunities in the Truck Series and even a few Xfinity cars that were probably really good. I just didn't know it at the time because I didn't really know what I was doing. I'd come to Martinsville in a truck, and I'd have a truck capable of running top 5, and I'd get into an incident and not know how to manage the race. So those years at Johnny's were just instrumental in running the laps. You know, we were not the fastest ever. We were not the sexiest hauler and the prettiest quick, but we put cars on the track, and Johnny gave me that time to learn. I needed a long runway. I was not a quick learner of coming into a series and just taking off right away. So Johnny provided those laps. I mean, you know, race after race after race of minimal sponsorship and just kind of making it work. Like I said, it wasn't always the funnest times. It wasn't always the prettiest car, but he'll tell you that if you want sexy, go somewhere. Like, there's other places with pretty cars.
Yeah.
He has race cars that race well, and that's what he did. So for less than anybody else we ever raced against, we took the fight to them, and that just gave me the time to learn. And then he pushed me in the Cup. I didn't think I was ready to run in the Cup Series, and he said that I was, and got me in with Jay Robinson and Premium Motorsports, and then through running the red cars, you know, got picked up by Chip Ganassi Racing, and haven't looked back since.
For sure. Well, you heard it from the man himself. Thanks for your time today, Ross.
Yep.
And make sure you like and subscribe to the video.